Hello and welcome to the Tauntaun Squadron's YouTube livecast of the XTC 2021 tournament. My name is Sith Holocron. I am your host all day. I'm hoping to be joined in the commentary booth by Connor Holmes, also from Team Ireland. Hope you are all well. Players are sorting out everything that they need to do. Gary Colton has been given initiative. We will tell you why that happened as they were setting up. Looks like these guys are probably just about to go. So this is going to be a belter of a game. Zamgo versus Imperial Aces, my favorite ever list in, well, pretty much any meta. And Filip Grozdanvoic from Croatia has bought three wonderful things to start. So they are going to get ready to set the clock. And I think with all the dials set, we should be good to go. So I'm telling them I'm ready. They should be ready. And Fifth Brother will be the first one to start when the timer goes here. And we are off. So 75 minutes of Group C Game 7 action from the XTC. And my commentator is asking for the password, so I will do that. And let Mr. Connor Holmes into the commentary booth via the wonders of digital technology. So we are off and running in this final game of Group C's battle between Ireland and Croatia. And early doors, I can guarantee absolutely nothing is going to happen for at least 4 rounds. That's an absolute given with these lists. So speaking of the lists, Gary's list is the second lowest bid for Django and Zam in the XTC. Most people run it at about 199 points with like FTCs, which are false transponder codes. So the first time you get locked, it pops and all this kind of stuff. As a team, Ireland decided, no, we're not doing that. No, we're definitely not doing that. We are going to do something different. We want the bid for the mirror, which means that if you get to go second in the mirror against a Django Zam list, you probably win because you get to see where everybody else goes and then reposition your Zam and Django appropriately. So Django Fett for Ireland and Gary Colton is 195 points. He has got Lone Wolf, which has been very good to him in this tournament. The free jamming beam, Count Dooku, so as long as we're within range 2, you can call evades, crits, fly over rocks and call a blank, and 4 thermal detonators. And in Zam, jamming beam, Palpatine, thermal detonators, equally with 4, and hull upgrade. And hull upgrade is a fantastic addition to an even hulled shielded ship, because now you need 1 more damage to get half, and when she is 98 points, we don't want to give up that 49 too easily. On the other side, instantaneously, the initiative was given to Ireland because this Imperial Aces list is only 191 points, and I think that's just brilliant. He is always going to go second with 2 I6s. The 2 I6s being big Daddy Vader in the X1 with fire control system, so he gets a reroll after he's locked. Remember, with the 3 force, he can actually do an awful lot of damage with that. Spend 1 force for an extra action. That's all pretty damn good, in my opinion. I'm going to take the force charges off that. I'm not going to be doing that at all. So I think we are looking pretty good here, to be honest. And let us say hello to chat. So hello, Dodo. Hello, Kevin. Go Cormac. It shouldn't be Cormac. It's actually Gary. So let me just double check the edit here. No, it's Gary. So there we go.
Hello, everybody. By the
way. And from the ethers of space, Connor Holmes is here. Welcome, fella. How you doing?
Hey, I I snuck in some time ago, but you were on a platter. I didn't want to interrupt.
Thank you very much indeed. Just going through the lists, was telling everybody that Gary Colton's bid is the second lowest bid in the XTC, only behind Wales. And I'm just about to go through Filip, his wonderful Imperial Aces list. Do you have the list, or would you like to? Excellent. Well, do you want to go through his fantastic 3-ship Imperial Aces?
Certainly. So, not exactly unreminiscent of times gone past, but if we go with the exceptional pieces, I4, Fifth Brother with past censored homing missiles, I2 cards often stapled upon same. Darth Vader with fire control system afterburners, again, nothing surprising there, but bringing up the rear, we have Sunter Fell, fully equipped with Daredevil, targeting computer, and shield upgrade. Now, Simon,
yes,
Daredevil on auto thruster.
Yeah.
What are we thinking of that?
It's okay. In my opinion, in version 1, it was heresy not to take marksmanship or predator, and it's even worse now. Daredevil's a very brave choice, but I assume that he really wants that hard one.
I mean, Daredevil is there solely for the. I mean, it removes auto thrusters. So, Daredevil, you can use it as your only action, and obviously, if you can then land in the bullseye, you can focus it and all as well.
Yep.
But an Interceptor is just not the right card for Daredevil, right ship for Daredevil.
No, I don't think it is.
So it's very all in. Now, our own team captain, the unplaying coach of Ireland, Mr. Dole, has a sordid love affair with Sinterfell, and would literally consider him to be by far and away the best ship in the game.
I flew Sinterfell in the good old days of version 1, where you had to actually have the upgrade card auto thrusters to let him do all this, and remember him having 2 focuses and evade every single turn for a stress and that. Yeah, and Vader and Palp in a shuttle, and I did incredibly well with it. I even took it to top 8 at one of the big regional Yavin, way back when you had to actually spend the target lock to actually fire a missile, not like re-roll with it. Anyway, that's all in the past, and this is the right now, here and present. And it's been a little cagey so far. Nothing really like going on.
Well,
really.
So how do you fly this, right? Gary is going for the pairing fire sprays. Now, the fire sprays, both of these two, are so efficient and ridiculous and silly that they are almost invariably flown as individual aces and just individual engagements. But against a list that will out initiative you with 2 vessels, they are flying, I believe they have to or should fly as a pair to cover all arcs. And Mr. Colton is doing just that. So while Zam remains at the table, Lone Wolf is a 5-point card that will likely do nothing.
Until possibly, as we all know, we should, given the opportunity, Filip should try and take off Zam, and then that will mean that 5-point upgrade of Lone Wolf is now completely online all the time. But yeah, I totally agree with everything that you just said. These guys need to keep both fire sprays on target. So, I mean, they are your favorite ships, are they not?
My favorite ship is the Silencer, but the outrageous power of the fire spray cannot be ignored. I know they've done very well for me in the past, and I've got 2 very nicely painted ones, and they are going to be used again.
Shout out to Caroline, the painter, who's done that, because she's actually doing me a Hera and Ahsoka as they are on the card. So I can't wait.
Well, freely admit she's not the fastest person on the world, but every damn thing is worth waiting for.
It certainly is. It's a bit like finishing a 7-day week and going to the pub, and that first drink that you go to is almost indescribably good. So a little bit split up here. Fifth Brother on the right-hand side of the screen. Vader looking like he could possibly like...
It's actually less split up than I would have expected to be. So, I mean, the phrase that the world champion who used the 3-ship Imperial list to great success was, it's the bait, right? There's a bait ship. Now, he used the Grand Inquisitor, which is close to invincible.
Almost.
Fifth Brother is just hard to kill. Vader is the easiest kill on this board. I am not going to assume Vader is going to be turning. are going to be continuing to
No,
come in.
I think he'll probably do
Sutterfeld's
a little turn off.
telegraphing very clearly where he's going.
Oh yeah,
and
that
he
is
is going to shoot for that side of the map.
100%.
I think we're going to see everybody turn away, but the question is, Vader turning in, is it too late?
Possibly not. Sorry, reading chat and people are calling Gary Cormac for some strange reason. So that's interesting.
No, we'll assume that Filip is Filip. So let's go Filip.
Yeah.
This is, I think you already announced the fact that we are 4-2 in a series going into this. So this is MOV and a little bit of pride.
Yeah, added to which MOV really doesn't matter that much. Individual wins per set are the first tiebreaker, and so if you can go 7-0, 6-1s, the chances of you not making the cut are remote. So Ireland are 3 games in, 3 wins. Croatia have been, would you not agree, probably the best opponents that we've played by players go?
So that's probably not hard to go. My game was funny. He tilted himself with a mistake and he never really came back, but he was solid from that point on. I just think he did himself some very bad mental vibes after he bumped a guy and then made some questionable calls, and then by the time he picked it all up again, it was too late. But yeah, Croatia otherwise were the team that I think could have just ended Ireland's hopes. So from this point on, we have Finland, and if we get through Finland, if we can beat Finland, that gives a really good chance of making it.
I would say
Croatia
so.
could have just stopped it all dead.
I would say so. I've been delighted with the Croatians. I love how they play. They have made interesting lists. This I feel is fantastic. It's a really, really, really good list, and makes me feel happy. And there's a bold move from Zam. 3 hard into the left.
I call it almost the automatic one, right? Because and then just come straight back in as that.
Yep.
So if Vader decides to come in here, well, the Aces are in serious trouble.
Yep, absolutely. Because as all good fire spray players will know, let's see. Oh dear. Now he has got the a means here to barrel roll to the right. Will probably take a focus, a target lock on the Zam, and then barrel roll to the right. Zam will not get a shot, and Vader will, but Django does.
Yeah, he'll get a shot through a gas cloud.
Yeah. So the Irish debris.
I think if you don't barrel roll this, you've decided that you have dinner reservations. You just have to get to. And
yep.
This game's not that important.
Nope. A forward from Fell or a 3 bank in, and maybe a boost.
I think it's largely irrelevant, right? Exactly as expected. So there's the focus. There's the additional force for the target lock.
Yep, and another.
There's the force for the roll.
Yeah,
it must be.
Has to be. Absolutely has to be. Only one place he can go to not actually land on the cloud is as far back as possible. Zam, no shot. Now Zam has got a shot into the 5th brother, which is nice, and a nice little 2 left. Okay. Not what I expected.
They decided their plan here was to do damage quickly.
Yep. And a good thing to do. 11 hole and Zam doesn't last that long.
Your opponent is your opponent's very, very good at flying these. So trying to do Fireplace and Rock where they can pump each other and all the rest of it's never a bad thing, but Gary just won't do that.
I can't see Gary doing that. Unfortunately, my house is now au flambe, as you could possibly hear from the thing. So I will turn my mic off and let the wonderful Mr. Holmes continue while we sort out our fire.
And Sutterfeld did indeed get his focus.
He does get his
first shot of the round. I might spend here. Yeah, He is spending on. Oh, he must have taken the crit. He took the crit.
I think he's probably
Dooku
going to
there.
keep Dooku for defense. I think
No,
so.
but he's used it. Dooku's gone. Oh, Sinterfell takes a damage.
So
Shield down on Sinterfell.
look at that. You were talking about a 5-point upgrade not working out very well. If Gary
there's
does,
one each.
and there is the shield upgrade just completely gone. But
I don't know why Sinter or what that Django's force has been spent for here. If he didn't call it crit, he must have called it crit, but it means a shield anyway. But he must have done. So Sinter is getting a unobstructed shot back in Django.
Yep.
This will be 3-on-3, and there will be no modifications for anybody.
Not a single one. So let us see what Filip can roll. There is a crit and an eyeball.
Crit.
Probably.
And
All good. All good. The evade saving Django. Next up, mind you, big bad
Vader,
Vader.
3 dice a shot. Structed range tier into the target lock. It's going to be. So again, we are 3-on-3. The auto evade.
And that gas cloud, totally understand why all ace players, regardless of faction, bring clouds. It automatically, if you get shot through it, turns one of your blanks to an evade, which is pretty nice. That's not
Vader.
Very nice. So we'll probably not spend this target lock.
Vader knows he's going through a cloud next turn and is disengaging. So it's probably just a safe spend.
Keeps the eye, obviously. 3 hits when that gets sent. What can
shooting at Vader.
Mr. Colton do? There we go. There we go. 3 hits.
So, an average roll gives him. Oh, that's the exact worst you can see. 3 eyeballs, no fade, 3 hits straight to Django.
Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Ouchie, 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 ouchie. So, no, at the minute, no points either side. However, Zam and Fifth have still to fire. Zam only has 1 target. That is going to be probably a range 2 shot and obstructed. So 3 into 4.
3 into 4
with a focus if needs be.
Fifth brother sitting with passive sensors, so he's on force.
That spends that focus.
Spends again. No, this time
nada. Zip. So last shot of the opening engagement is Fifth brother in his beautiful V1 chassis.
Well, Fifth brother passive sensor lock.
Yep.
Let's start with that. And I think you go to Zamgo. Django?
Well, if you go into Django, this is where it's going to be problematic. If this hits, he can spend the 2 force that he has on his side of the board right in the middle of his country's shield.
Django's taking the hit card. He's not rolling.
Yep.
That is an unfortunate turn for Mr. Colton.
That is not
he's right too, of course. That's a double modified shot. 4 into 2.
Not great. Damage sensor array is the crit as well.
I think Gary will be upset that he was so aggressive on his spends. So Django is currently without a boost action.
Correct. So well done, Filip.
Force as well, but
straight away, half points on Django. If Django had the hull upgrade,
Zam
would be okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Zam flicks up. Zam recovers 2 charges and goes to full.
Yep, which is maybe going to be kind of critical. So 49-0 after the first round of shooting. Where do we go from here? So that Django Fett target lock still on the playmat itself. I'm sure the players will see that.
Oh, Fifth brothers correctly replaced the target lock with one of them.
Yeah, so there we go.
He was just dropping onto Django instead.
All tidied up. I particularly like Gary's Pulp and Dooku force tokens, which are both on the rear of their respective fire sprays. They are very nice indeed.
That was an unfortunate start. I mean, not taking all three from Vader would have meant taking the double tap from Fifth Brother would have been irritating as opposed to a crit.
Absolutely. So force being recharged by Filip on that side. And we are back to dials. Hard to decide where these guys go that aren't going to get 3 shots fired into a single ship. Vader probably won't care about his.
Vader is almost certainly irrelevant this turn.
Yes, he will definitely
Vader
disengage.
is running through a cloud and is probably going to just 3 hard, 3 bank
out. What say you, sir, to a two hard to the left from Zam to try and get.
Here to the left is the automatic play, right?
Yep.
2 hard left, even, and then boost in any of the directions to try and get a rear shot through on, well, the other 3. Django's, I don't want to use the word fucked, but he's in real trouble.
Django is in a lot of trouble. Losing half points in the first engagement, not good for Team Ireland. But damaged sensor array is going to be a bit annoying, to be completely honest, because then no reposition if that was what he wanted to do. Love where Fifth Brother is.
I mean, he can force straight or 4K. He has that open to him. He can run the cloud.
Yep.
If you're guessing that Sunterfell is going to peel, and Fifth Brother is trapped between those 2 rocks, I think a 4 forward or 4K should leave you out of any opposing arcs.
Very true. Very, very true. So let's jump in.
I'm thinking that's probably the play.
Yeah. So this game is so hot that fire alarm went off. That's from Dodo, who's from Germany, a very good friend. Thank you very much. Those cards for his new tournament that he sent me on Discord are sweet fire. They are so nice.
I'm going to revisit that again. Actually, Django might bump Vader. I think Django does bump Vader.
People complaining that it was so loud. They thought their wife thought that their house smoke alarm had went off, so that's fun. Gary McDowell.
Gary, 3 talent from Zam. Play the card that gives him a shot. If he isn't shot, get the block on Sunter.
Yep, quite like that.
Left there, I agree with you to a certain extent. I don't think you'll get the block on Sunter, but it will prevent that move that way. I think Sunter is going right.
I think he should go to the right. Yeah, these aces need very cagey. You come in, you take your shot, you do whatever you need to do. Things should be all right in the. You know, you need to go in, do an engage, get away for a bit, come back around the next turn, get an engage, get away again. They're so fast and agile. Yeah, that's going to be very hard for Gary to maintain arcs on one individual ship, which is probably one of the things that is going to win Team Ireland a game, is take a ship off per turn. Gary says, if Suntier goes right, you shoot into his rear, win-win. Unless, of course, he disappears to the right, boosts, and then barrel rolls out of arc, which is highly possible. So, let's see where they go. All the dials, according to my overlay, have been set. So, 2 thermal detonators being dropped in the systems phase by Zam Vessel. So, the lovely lady, our little Claudite shapeshifter, drops 2. Maybe trying to catch Vader if he does decide to go over that rock. So, you know, if you've got them, use them. I like that move a great deal. There's 2 more being dropped from Django in this system phase as well. Not too sure that'll do too much, but we shall wait and see. And they will be pressed by the number 7 to make them thermal detonators. So, a 3 straight there from the 5th brother. Loving where he is right now. Because Zam will disappear and so will Django. Maybe a target lock, but still has that. Does the wonderful thing that when you have a force, an eye becomes an evade. Disappears over here. A hard one from Zam. And as an action gets rid of that quite annoying damage sensor. So that now goes. That is Zam's action. So I am not going to see a 4 anything here. It's a 2 hard away. And a boost for Django. So setting up the rear arc, hoping to try and catch Vader. Let's see who Filip moves first.
Sorry, work called, couldn't hang up.
Mate, as a barrister, you should be taking every single call much, much quickly and much better than anybody else. Vader needs to get out of there.
I've called a single move correctly so far.
Yep.
But so did Gary Colton.
Yep. So that bank right over here. Will Vader get a deplete from the gas cloud, which means he'd be rolling 1 defense die less. Let's see what he gets. And he gets the deplete because of the focus result on the attack die. Oh, now where? Will he? Oh, he surely doesn't.
I always get this wrong. Can he burners? He can still burners, right?
He can burners, yes, but then he'd be stressed as well, and that's not going to be a happy Vader. I think
no,
here...
won't stress him.
The burners?
No, well, execute 3 to 5. You spend 1 to perform a movement even while stressed. But the question is, where does he boost to?
Well, it has to boost somewhere that it gets him away from one of those. So the burner's charge, the first of the 2, has been spent, goes there and is still in range 1 because he is still an arc right now.
He's an arc. He's out of the bombs.
And also
Suitor is going to light up a fair amount of Django.
If you've ever seen a Christmas tree and be lit up in a big city, that's pretty good. No shot from...
Darth Vader 3 bank right.
Absolutely. And so none of these thermals are going to do anything. Not going to do anything. So first one, nada. Second one, nada. The only one that has got anybody really is the last one. This is close. No, absolutely none. So 0 done here at all.
Alright, Django pummeling into Darth Vader range 1.
So
kinda have to get a lot out of this.
Well, 2 force from Vader, no focus because he used afterburners instead, which is absolutely fine. No mod for Django Fett though. Definitely not going to take the range 3 into an invading Inquisitor. That is 3 hits. Does Lone Wolf go here? It does.
No, but he's well out of range, he can't use Lone Wolf, but he can use Force, which he
just has.
4 hits.
4 hits. And absolutely nothing. A blank out from Daddy Vader. So that's 2 shields gone. And 2 into hull.
Can the stress please help out my stupidity here, because I'm clearly wrong. If he goes through a gas cloud and then burners, that's fine. How can he use the rest of his actions as well? Is that Vader's ability allows him to do that?
It allows him to take additional actions.
Actually for an action you may spend a force. I get it. So he takes the action and then he can... Okay, very good.
So Vader, taking 4 to the face, is half pointed. That's 38 points to Gary. So Filip leads currently by 11. But now we're going to see Sunterfell, the Baron. We're back. Apologies for stupid Irish internet. I can't actually apologize enough for that. I will put this all together when it goes up on YouTube and make it one solid video. Connor, are you still there, sir?
I am indeed.
Excellent
I
job.
can't find your stream. Ah, there it is.
There we go. We're not so bad. So let me jump in to the chat and apologize there to everybody for that going off. That's very unprofessional. I feel very bad indeed that that has happened. But we are now back. You've missed nothing. Dials have only just recently been reset. No damage done at all there, one way or another. Django is down to 3 hull. Sam's completely untouched. Vader took a 4 dice straight to the face to get halved, and Vader and the Cinderfell and the Fifth Brother are also untouched. There is 41 minutes to go.
Has lost a shield.
Oh, yes, he has. Yes, he has. See, I'm too used to seeing him without a shield upgrade. So yes, one little damage. Yeah, we're all good. He's just the Baron now. That's all good. That's worry not, say the world. It's all good. Thank you, Daniel. It does happen sometimes. This is one of the reasons why all the streamers at this year's XTC are asking players to put their table up themselves. So yes, that stream has went down, and this is a perfect example why, as streamers, we decided to let these guys set it up themselves. They can continue playing. We're up again in a couple of minutes. It's all fine. So let us get back into the game and ask my dear teammate from Team Ireland if you are.
Assuming you're talking about me,
I am talking to.
Rolled himself.
My problem.
Rolled himself straight into a minefield again.
That's what I was just thinking. Would you not have maybe disengaged with everybody as quickly as you can? So, for instance, will Vader disappear off somewhere and will?
I don't know. He's smelling blood on Django. Django's on 2.
He is,
and he's clearly deciding to make something out of that.
The problem.
He's now in a situation where he really has to roll right
to just try and take
and
one.
Stay there.
Yeah.
And just take one.
Correct. Because if he stays where he is right now, no player who is good enough to be in an XTC team will allow 3 thermals to go just to try and take a focus. Not going to happen. And indeed does do the barrel roll to the right. So that
he is a Fifth Brother. He can take the focus if he wants it.
He can, but he doesn't want the stress. So Zam, a wee 1 right, and still in arc. She dropped 1 thermal, so that is.
I believe she's in arc, but I don't think she has him in arc.
Correct. I don't believe that she has him in arc.
So. Oh, Gary, I really hope I'm wrong, but my reading of that is you're not shooting them.
1 back to the right from the very hurt Django.
1 back to stop Suntir having an easy follow.
So 4 damage on Django Fett. So down to
Django
just
does indeed have 2 hull left.
He does indeed have 2 hull left. So thank you, Thomas Love. Brilliant player. Really, really enjoy watching Thomas Love fly X-Wing. Really, really good player from Croatia. And my friend Dodo says, aha, here's the stream now again. Lol. Okay, thank you. Yes, it does happen. It does happen. But can you imagine if I was running the table at the same time and then everything goes? So, no, these guys run their own tables. We can get the stream up within a couple of minutes very, very quickly. So we are good to continue going. Where did Vader and Suntir go?
Oh, he went for the reinforce in the back. So he's obviously hoping, beyond hope, that Suntir is just going to bump straight into him. I think that would be a misplay. I do think he's going to be dealing with Vader, though.
Yeah.
Nope, Vader's out.
Vader, that's good Vader play. I actually really enjoy that. Still in arc from Django, so it would be a downtown range 3 shots. But would you try and maybe barrel roll forward, get that extra wee bit?
No, you're fully forced. I'm with you. Just take the free lock.
Yep. So there it is.
He ain't burnery this turn, so
no. Burnery,
very
good.
Roll. If he barrel rolls, he goes in the bombs. Let's take a focus. Right.
Yep. Sounds good.
And the Suntir also fails. Django lives another day. Well, Django should live another day. fifth brother has a missile shot into him, which he is going to take.
Yeah, but not before he fires first, which is quite nice. Also has got Palpatine to at least give him one evade. The reinforce, that shot will go into the rear, as the closest point is the rear right of the ship. So, it's interesting. I genuinely do not believe Zam has got any shot whatsoever. And the barrel roll away to the left-hand side, making those thermals pretty much useless. Takes a stress, and we are now down to pre-engagement phase. Let's do the one that does hit. Doesn't hit Zam, does hit fifth brother.
I don't see anybody reaching for Dooku here, but it would be in range anyway.
No.
It's a hit. One off fifth brother.
There we go. The first one to have actually hit a ship does do the damage. That's excellent for Gary. So,
and that's it. So, Django to shoot first, Zam to shoot past.
So, range 2 into Soontir, range 3 into Vader. Connor, who do you take?
I take Soontir. I actually love to knock Vader off the board. It's 3 into 4. You can't safely modify, you can't Dooku.
No,
you're rolling.
You have to keep Dooku.
I'd take a shot. I mean, you can roll in Vader and pray.
Yep. Both focused up. Both have 3. Well, Vader has 4 dice at range, so.
Vader has double force as well. I mean, yeah, no, it doesn't matter with the focus. The reality is every bit of paint is an evade, so yeah, 3 on 3. Yeah,
3 on 3. Better statistically than anything else. No mods, because he will not use Dooku here. I can guarantee that is not going to happen.
I mean, the reinforce, I think, is... Well, the city saves him or not. I never know.
Well, so it's, for instance, if anybody doesn't know what reinforce is, if you get 2 hits and you blank out, 1 is stopped. So that is what he's wanting. It is only 1 hit.
He is going to check his range for Wolf. I still don't think he's re-rolling a dice here.
Why not re-roll the...
I wouldn't re-roll anything. You've got that defensively now.
Yep.
Just leave it at 1. You're not going to do better.
Absolutely. So I assume absolutely nothing will go in here.
Oh my God! He blanks out!
A blanket!
Every time Gary has not taken the aggressive shot, he would have been rewarded for it.
There we
half
go.
Point on fell.
34 points. Half.
As expected, Django is not shooting.
No.
So the only shot of merit is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, I would put fairly significant money on a homing missile into Django Fett.
But obstructed through a glass cloud. So there's 1 guaranteed. So
4 into 3 minus 1 with the Dooku. And don't say guaranteed, because the last time we had a gas cloud, it went very wrong.
Yep.
Do bear in mind that this homing missile, if it hits, will kill him, because he will throw a crit on top of it. So
2 hits.
Now, let's pick those 2 up and re-roll them and see where we end up.
Yep, let's see where we're at.
Django's ability knocks the eyeball to a blank.
Yep, so...
And he will hope that... Oh, he's gonna get away with this.
So 2 hits.
That would be a gas cloud,
so gas cloud
and a force.
And a force, and no damage. Django is fine. Wow. Okay, what a round that was. Didn't take the range 1 shot onto Zam. We are looking kind of good here.
Reveals his card, and it is definitely going to be a blank.
It is, but it is what it is as well. Right now, with just coming up to 32 minutes to go, Gary Colton from Ireland on the left-hand side of your screen, 72 points, leading Filip Grozdanvoic by 23, as Filip has done half on Django Fett, and that is worth 49. In fact, both ships worth 49 for the half.
So, moving on, we've got 31 minutes left. They're both playing at a very decent pace.
They are.
And nobody's in a great position anymore.
No.
His brother is moving first. He could hard 1 and stay in and hope for the best, but he could get pummeled sideways. Sunchafel is stressed. and
Yes.
he's going to take at least 2 turns before he gets round. And Vader is not actually the best die in the game, so he's going to K in some form or another, or he's going to have to hard 3 round.
And that will play into Team Ireland's team book quite well. If you can get one of these who's already half health, for instance, all of them are now half health. Being able to just concentrate on just the one, I would maybe suggest regroup from Filip and try and get all 3 on in maybe the next 5 to 10 minutes, and then try and get half onto Zam, or even better, kill off Dooku and then concentrate everything on Zam. All Gary needs to do is take off one of the ships while they are sort of split apart. So interesting.
Not in a position to do it though.
Not this
Zam,
turn.
I think is gonna turn.
Zam also has one thermal left,
Zam,
and I don't think it's worth.
Zam is going to turn, and do you risk I mean, you might risk the thermal here, depending where you're taking Django, because if Fifth Brother stays put, you'll get the second shield off him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guaranteed with Dooku. But I think we have to assume Fifth Brother is going to bug back into position.
I would say guns on target in a big tournament. There's not really much on the line, as Ireland have won this set. They're already 4-2 up, and this is the last game of the 7. But pride, national pride, is a big thing. And the Croatians have
literally no information to roll with Fifth Brother, because Gary's ships, bar the fact that there's a stress on Django, it doesn't stop him one-harding. Zam can go anywhere this turn. Anywhere. He could go 1 forward to maintain arc. He could 3 Talon. He could 4K. He could 2 hard round back around the cloud. He could 1 hard left and booth. He could 1 bike left to maintain position. Targeting arc.
Yep.
You've nothing to play with. I think you have to leave.
And
you no longer have any missiles. You can't risk the bomb. You're one-harding. I'm throwing it out there. I'll bet you KFC, burger of your choice, 1 hard left for Fifth Brother.
Singer, Tower, because I think he's going to do a 2 forward. I really do. Bit of distance. Good thing for Ireland.
We're showing Fifth Brother here. Brothers, the only call I'm making is 1 hard left.
Oh yeah, no, it's really his. He either does a 1 hard left and disengages, or he goes a 1 hard right and engages. And personally speaking, I would like all 3 ships.
1 hard left. You owe me a zinger burger.
There we go. Well, you know where I live. You can come on over and I will get you one, but you'll have to buy it first, and then I'll just PayPal you. Unless you take me, and then we can both have one.
Finland are coming in to watch. I do not show a great degree of surprise, because we're going to start pulling your videos up too, gentlemen.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we Ireland have got Finland next. Looking forward to that series. Finland have been doing quite well indeed, so looking forward to playing these guys at a relative time zone to ourselves.
So Gary did 1 hard forward. He's been taking the arc.
Yep.
He also called 1 hard left. And a 1 hard for Django.
Yep.
It's just in case he was wrong.
Yep.
He's stressed.
So
he's not getting shot, so he's just going to sit there and look pretty. Oh, he's doing anything, but he's going to sit there and look pretty.
Yep, absolutely.
There's our 3 talent for Vader, and, well, a somewhat irrelevant blue maneuver from Sutterfell coming. Is Sutterfell hard 2 left blue?
Yes, it is. And the banks.
Maybe a hard 2 left barrel roll. Sutterfell hard 2 left barrel roll. If I get them all, come on, give me them all.
If you get them all.
Hard 2 left barrel roll.
There we go. Looking good. I may, since you called all 5 right, I'll buy you fries to go with your burger. If you can do it again, I'll actually get you a drink with it. But we'll go to a bar for a drink. Anyway, we're digressing. Not a lot happened in that round.
Well, he's got a barrel roll out. There will be a shot from Zam.
Will he stress himself and take a focus?
In fact, a Dooku spend on that bomb? I don't think so. No.
All good. So, both sides are now out of ordnance. Both homing missiles have been fired. All 8 thermals have been fired for just the 1 damage, but that 1 damage did half the Fifth Brother. Range 3 downtown, 3 into 4. Both
Fifth Brother is not yet halved, but the round is young. Okay, bad start. Let's spin that luck. That'll do.
That's
Spin
okay.
whatever. Focus, force, whatever you like.
Yep, whatever you fancy. You're not getting fired back at. And halved. Crit goes through.
Everybody says half.
And that is another 25 points. So, after a wizardry Harry Potter type of preemination of what has just happened, Gary now leads by 48 points, 97 to 49. Filip needs to get guns on these ships.
The important number being that killing Jango Fett now will tie the score.
Will indeed. However, having Zam will give him a point lead.
I cannot see any scenario where Zam halves before Jango does.
True. Very,
Jango,
very
by
true.
making that one hard turn to deal with his brother, if need be, has left himself in a situation where he is restricted his next moves.
Yep.
And as we've noted, Sinterfell is very quick out of action, and we're seeing a 3-forward from Vader. I'm assuming their 3-forward is blue and their 4-forward is white. You can tell I don't really play Imperials.
Well, the wonderful thing about tabletop is that I can actually show you the dial. So, have you got access to the stream?
I do.
I can bring all of this up. So, which one would you like?
The X1, please.
The X1. So the X1 dial is this. The banks, bank 1, bank 2, 2 forward, and 3 are blue on the X1.
Perfect. Pointer. So, 3 forward from Vader. Sinterfell moves first and comes back into the fight.
Like it.
He's got
Sounds
a
good
lot
to
of
me.
options depending which direction he wants to go. And he's going to be assuming he's chasing Jango, because Jango is going to have to shed that stress. And he hasn't got a lot of great options.
Not really. Not really at all, to be fair.
Sam is packing one last explosive device, which will not dissuade anybody in this turn from going anywhere.
No, absolutely not. So, targeting computer. Well, I can't see Daredevil being that great for the remaining of the round. I really don't think it's the best pilot talent that he could have put on Suntir, but I much prefer rerolls or a hit to a crit with marksmanship, but that's where we are. I believe all the dials are set. System phase is done.
He's throwing the ball back.
Let's see where we go. Fifth to go first. A lovely
He's not throwing the ball back.
Yeah.
The bomb must be gone. He must have forgotten to flip it last time. Okay, well, he's flipped it, but he hasn't dropped the bomb.
Yeah, that's, I think, does Fifth Brother not have passives? Yeah.
No, he flipped a bomb charge on Zam. Obviously, forgot to last turn.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Fifth Brother takes the evade.
Yep.
Fairly certain he's not getting shot this turn. I agree entirely.
Yep.
Zam clears the way, which means that Jango is 3 forward.
Absolutely.
And there it is.
Clears that stress lovely out of Arc from the Fifth Brother, but we still have, remember, Vader and Sinterfell.
Unlikely to be shot by Vader, but Sinterfell is a very definite reality.
Yep, so a hard 2 to the left here, I would assume, from Suntir to make room for Vader.
It's worked out Jango's going to boost left again to keep his arc. He might.
He might do.
He might boost left to the back of Zam, and he does.
Perfect. Excellent. That now means it's almost impossible for Sinterfell to get in there. A hard 2 to the left would be that, but a boost to the right would put him on the clouds.
Yeah, he's not getting it.
He's not going to get that. So we'll probably just take
the right. Does put him on the clouds. I just don't know if you take the. I think he could boost that. I just don't think you do.
I don't think you do at all. I don't think that is a very good idea, as you're now stressed. If he does a barrel roll after taking.
Oh, he can barrel roll booster if he wants.
Yeah.
He can barrel roll. He can auto thrusters.
Yep.
Nope. He's just gonna sit there and look pretty, and the 3 forward for Vader,
which clears his stress. And done exactly what I said as an imp-based player. Get all your people back. Takes a couple of turns, but then after that, you hunt in a pack and kill something off the board kind of fast. Let's jump into
How fast can you go?
Well, they can
They
all
are
go.
averaging 5.5-minute turns. That's with very limited shooting.
Yep.
And there's another shot. His brother has not been lucky in these, but he's double forced. He's got the evade. He's got 4 dice.
We all know green dice. Green dice do fail, as do red, but green slightly more often because there's not as many squiggles as there are those 3 natty hits. So what does he get? Oh, there you go.
And we're fine.
Fine. Spend that evade. All good.
Spend whatever. Spend that whatever.
Yep. All good.
Zam is not going to be in our.
I was about to say that's the wrong ship, but all good. We know what you meant. All good indeed. And off goes the Zam card, and we are dials. So the half there has made this a 48-point lead to Ireland with only by 20 minutes left to go. That's still a very long length of time. So they've been playing for 5 minutes short of an hour. Both players kind of flew this okay. Nothing really into rocks or debris that weren't planned.
Hang on, we're gonna have to let this wonderful slam have the stream. I would evade booze all day long with Suntier Guy McDowell. Response from all the flows. I would evade booze too. If my spelling was that bad. I think we've lost Simon again.
No, we haven't. No, I'm allowing you to talk, sir. It's called politeness.
That was funny. A little pun and wordplay from our friend Olafluff.
Italy are looking so good in the group stages at the moment. So are Singapore, the USA, and of course England, says the Firestorm Squadron Firecast.
So we're talking about all this later and all these things at 10 o'clock, but yeah, Singapore are definitely the little country that could at the minute. They're
like Wales in the football. They're a little country that can.
Except this kid's little country good. They're 3-0. Germany are, I don't want to deal with this deal later. Peru aren't looking as solid as they were, and Germany are not slamming anybody's face into the ground.
No,
they're 3-0, but they're having as hard a time as Ireland are.
Yeah, to get the wins. I would completely agree with that. I thought they'd have won 6-1s and 7-0s with the immense good players that they have. I think they're very, very tight on player skill to Poland and England in this competition. I think they're probably the 3 big favourites.
I'm gonna stick by recalling the fact that Poland are dynamite. But I'm gonna stick by recalling the fact that Germany, I think, just needs a kick up the arse and they'll come back fine.
So Zam card set beside Zam Vessel on the board and then removed because maybe doesn't want that one. So it goes back in. I love the fact that you can do this and just pick at the card and then take whatever one that you want. It's a very clever thing you can do in TTS. And an unusual maneuver. One hard to the right lands on the cloud, so that is a deplete.
What's it? A bit, or not a bit, straight. Jesus, Connor, straight. I've lost Simon.
Oh, you have not lost Simon. Simon is allowing you to speak again.
I'm just saying it's a strain. Relax, you niggers.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to really get shot. Are we going to get a coordinate boost? Yeah, we are. Excellent.
I go.
See you later, alligator, hiding behind over them because it's after the maneuver, and Django from disappeared behind a gas cloud. Lovely little hard 3 there from Suntier. Don't think the boost will do much. You could probably barrel roll and boost forward to try and get a shot.
Yeah, barrel forward, boost forward, left. It leaves you in really big. You can't start taking pot shots at some.
No.
So he just is where he is.
Yeah, and a
two. He's going to do exactly the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's our major problem in this next turn is real straightforward. Is where does Zam go next turn?
Where does Zam go next turn? That's a very, very good question. In your professional opinion, as you are very, very good at fire spray range control, I've seen you do this many times, the 4K will go off the board. Maybe maybe just a. I assume
Can't
Guy does
tell.
not want to get flanked by Suntir. Nobody wants to get flanked
Can't
by
tell.
Suntir.
Okay, so we're working on those spaces, right? We need to. I believe I know what movie's going to make, but we need to work out: are all three Imperial Aces going after Django? And if so, is Zam able to get stuck in the corner? So if Zam is able to get stuck in the corner, he can one forward and he can one hard next turn. If he one forwards and they're all pointing the wrong way, time plays new thing. You also have the option to again coordinate Django if you want to.
Exactly, because he would be
can,
well within that bubble.
I believe, successfully two bind right. I don't hard won't, except a slightly better position from next turn.
Yep.
So I'm going to call one forward Zam coordinate, and I'm going to call the. I'm trying to work out where the clouds are going to be. I can't boost twice.
Germany look solid, but probably need to do better. Per Funlock, 0-3. He ain't a happy boy at all. I spoke with him during the week and he ain't happy. He ain't happy. And fire sprays, according to Anorella the dog, are just the ultimate Swiss Army knife. They can do pretty much everything, and I couldn't agree with that anymore. I really believe that Zamgo is probably the best. One, if it's not the best list in the meta, it's very, very close. So dials are all set, but no Zam yet. And here we go. No Zam card at all on the table yet. That's interesting. And the only move that Fitzbrother could do, the one hard to the right. I assume we'll.
Oh, are we Zamless? Has he forgot the card? Or is he just playing it as the top one? We'll find out.
He
did that last turn left at the same place.
He did. It's a one hard to the right.
So Zam, so does the one hard. Does he coordinate? Or does he take one action? I think he must assume he's not going to be shot at.
Well, if the Baron has done a 3 or 4 forward, all blue maneuvers, that's a flank straight into Zam.
He's coordinating with focus.
Yep.
Okay. So 3 bank. So he's leaving the ability to boost.
Yeah.
Now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's probably better. That's a better way around. So by putting focus there, he can now boost into a somewhat better position. He's doing exactly the same thing I just did. He's trying to work out where Vader's going to land in relation to this cloud.
Absolutely.
It's a forward, so Vader should be helping you shoot the cloud.
Yeah. So getting an extra dice because of the obstruction makes sense.
So Mr. Colton has played the exact same mentality I have. It was run the risk that Sunter fell goes after Zam. Zam is fully healthy. He's got.
Yep, I would agree with that. And if Zam was to do, say, a 1, well, we need 4 we say anything, but there are ways to maybe protect and Filip going all in on Django, and that.
He's almost certainly got him now. Vader's getting a range 3 shot with lock and focus.
Yeah. So with only 2 hull left, on to Django. Django with no shot. Literally went for
3 on 3. Hope for the best. And Suter does. He goes into Django.
Yep.
So you get paid off. Sam can do what he wants.
So I assume 100. There will be Suntir to the left, because the right is probably not to take the stress and focus. So taking his time, Filip, as he should.
I was Suntir, I would not be stressing.
Now you
just stay where you are.
I think that's pretty good. That also allows the 2 left as well, but probably won't. We'll want to see if Django disappears off the board. No shot.
Suntir's got a shot, so fucking
he does.
Nope.
Not.
No, that was terrible range control for me. But we've got this one. And he's chosen to be obstructed. One assumes it will not be chosen to be obstructed.
I would assume not. So possibly that boost a little bad. Double focused here from Vader.
No, I mean the reality is, I think he called the only options he had.
Yeah. So 2 hits here. Fire control system to re-roll the eye. Or will he just spend it? He's not getting shot.
Focus and change to a crit.
Yeah.
Focus crit.
2 hits and a crit coming into Django Fett. He's going to call
the eyeball, I assume. I hope he called the eyeball. Fuck, I hope he called the eyeball. I called it with the focus carry, no. Or maybe not. No, he did. Fuck, he did.
He did.
No. but he's got the wolf. So.
He's got and the 3, not quite natural evades, but that is huge for Ireland. Lone Wolf showing why that is on our version of Zamgo, because it's really, really good. Problem for Gary and his separatist fire sprays are there's just around 11 minutes left to go. Django, once he is destroyed, will be giving Filip 97 another. It'll pretty much level the score. So Gary, to win, needs to take off the ship this turn, because I don't believe Django is going to be as lucky in the next engagement.
No. All of that made sense to me, right? And the best part of this for Gary is he still has to kill Django, right?
Yes, he does.
And he cannot lose Vader in the process.
No. So
and
Vader...
now he's looking very likely to lose Vader in the process.
So... Okay, major, huge, massive apologies. I may give this whole thing up, even though I've just made a custom table. We're back for the last 1 minute and 40 seconds. In the meantime, sadly, Daddy Vader. So the score, as you can see at the top, is 134 to 97. There's 90 seconds to go. This could possibly be the last round. Maybe, maybe not. Sintier's looking for a flank shot.
I think your stream's going down again. Maybe not. I guess here right now. Sintier barrel rolls left for an unmodified range 2 shot into a reinforced Sam Wessel. So this is 3 into 2. He gets a hit to crit. Maximum of 1 shield. And yeah, it's taking 1 shield. Gary spends 4, so he doesn't need to. Nope, he's not to.
No, he decides not to.
And take the 1 shield.
Yep. So
he reveals his card, and the card is the double tap shot. Can't take it into Sintier, so it's going to stay there and wait out the shot of the 5th brother. So Zash shot in the 5th brother. If he takes him off the board, there is nothing that Filip could do. 15 seconds to the clock. I'm afraid that we are 5-2 to Ireland, but let's let these guys finish it out.
Absolutely. So 5th brother can only take the two shot attack. It will be obstructed. It'll be 2 into probably 4. There goes the timer, which is fantastic for Ireland, and commiserations to
I'm not sure what's going on here. Yeah,
I
okay.
am not quite too sure.
We're moving to combat.
Yep. So the Sam shot range 3 will be 3v5 because of the obstruction and the range. Let us see what we actually get here.
He spent the force to flip an invade he didn't need last turn. Ooh, talk about pressure, Mr. Colton. Rolls 2 hits, and that will be it. 5 dice from 5th brother without mods.
Easy peasy.
And he's fine.
Easy peasy.
Now, 5th brother gets to shoot back. This will be into 4 with the reinforce. Maximum 1 damage. He cannot lose enough.
No,
hit crit. Can't. Nice start.
Great start.
4 dice.
That's 3 now. That's 3 now. That's pretty good. Will he then take the revenge shot? Well, of course he will. Again, 3 into 5. Just the 1 hit will mean absolutely nothing.
No, it's 4 blanks and an evade.
So there we go.
4 blanks and an eyeball. Sorry, 4 blanks and an eyeball.
Good God Almighty! What a stream that was. So that is it. Essentially, Ireland win 5-2. So congratulations to Gary for really being one of the better fire spray players in the team. I'd quite like to have seen Connor be the fire spray player. I
don't know if I'd done. I'm absolutely sure I wouldn't have done any better. He did pretty much everything I would have done.
Yeah, not bad at all. Commiserations to Filip. I thought he flew that in bases list very, very well. Only losing Vader there just as the stream decided to choke itself on its own pipe. Thank you, Dodo. Good game, Ireland. Yes, it was for us overall. That means are now on a total of 14 individual wins. So delighted to be part of this. Apologies profusely for the stream. I will get into my OBS and maybe try and hardwire this straight to the router and try and make sure that that doesn't happen again. Connor, thank you very much for being in the booth, man.
You're always very welcome, my friend. Please feel free to come by and catch Ollie's stream later while we continue to make friends and influence people.
I genuinely believe you guys need to write a book as of title. Do not make bets that may result in hot sauce drinking.
It won't be me drinking it.
Very true. Commiserations, Croatia. Good luck in the rest of this tournament. You're still well in with a chance. Ireland move on to 3 wins, which they already had, but wins 5-2. Congratulations to Ireland. Thank you for sticking around. I totally appreciate that a great deal. There's a lot of good games to finish off this week's XTC. Pairings are already going up already on the Discord. And as I say all the time, probably not for me because at the minute that stream was awful. But do hit the follow if you are on Twitch and hit the subscribe button on YouTube